Hey everyone, welcome to my Gemini new moon reading. So today I'm going to be doing several things, and I have several things like set up. Um, Things that have been calling to me specifically and things that have been calling to me in this time. Um, I'm being called to speak on different things that resonate with me. I hope it resonates with you. And yeah, I feel like the point of this reading is to gain guidance on our highest path and purpose as a collective. Um, so including me, but not without you, and definitely amongst those that I consider my community, black and brown people. So I'm really excited to give y'all this reading, give y'all this message. Um, Thank you for being in this space with me, and I'm looking forward to the messages that come through because they're not pre-shuffled. I'm just going to be doing this off the fly. I may have two parts to this because I want to do a reading using tarot oracle cards, so divining through that method. And I'm also going to be showing how I dress my candles and what candles I'm going to be lighting for this new moon in Gemini, and like why I'm lighting specific candles during this time. I'm going to be showing y'all some crystals and stones that I feel resonate with me in this moment, and have been coming up for me for the past couple of months. I feel like this Gemini new moon is super important to me because my grandmother's birthday is tomorrow, and um, I feel like Gemini season is right before like Cancer season, and I'm a Cancer. So interesting things always happen, and this is a good time to really hone in on self-care. I feel like my practices that I feel like I know and the work that I do is really based on self-love, development, leaning towards like highest self. When I speak on like, I'm trying to develop my highest self. I'm trying to develop my most healthy, healthy in relationships, healthy in my career, walking in a path that is not predestined for me, or a path that is just like something that I go with the flow with. It's more of what is my highest path and purpose, and like what choices do I want to make in my life, and how would I want to cultivate my life in a way that feels um, like love for me. So I say that to say that we are on a path towards freedom, and sometimes that means digging into our past in order to come out with a greater awareness for self, in order to create new cycles for ourselves, so that we're breaking free of cycles that our families went through, breaking free of the systems of oppression that our families were going through, breaking free of thought processes that our families, our communities, our world, our globe has been going through. And this is really talking about like paradigm shifts in this moment that are occurring in terms of freedom, and in terms of like freedom for self. Um, so I find that that is a theme for me. I find that I have been seeing other spiritual leaders in the community also speak on that. So I want to thank all those who have been educators and teachers for me on my path and on my journey, as I develop my truest authentic self, and as I peel back all these different layers that I feel like encompass my full of whole self. it has been a journey, and I'm gonna just leave it at that. So today, I'm gonna get into these tins. So I just copped this black tourmaline, and it's pyrite. She's beautiful, first of all. And then it has pyrite, and it's gorgeous. Black tourmaline is really great for repelling negative energies and for protection. A lot of black stones are, and pyrite is like fool's gold. It brings success, luck. So having these two in one is like my bag is protected, my soul is protected, my spirit is protected. I feel very protected in this energy. I really fuck with black tourmaline. And then we have my Selenite, which I copped in Nola. It's a Selenite wand, and it's gorgeous. And Selenite is a natural like stone. It doesn't really it's a natural cleanser. Like you don't need to clean this stone. Like usually with your stones you have to recharge them. With Selenite, like it'll never run out of its energetic battery essentially, and you can put stones on it to cleanse its energy. I still will clear my Selenite, just because pure is pure, and like I'd rather have a Selenite that's been sitting under a full moon and using that in that way. I think that's how we cleansed and why we cleanse stones and crystals. I can get into in a different time. Other stones and crystals that have been calling to me and that like have been brought up to me by teachers and people around me is Rhodonite. And I just got this Rhodonite stone from High Vibe NYC. And then I copped this aventurine. Aventurine is for like the 8th chakra that's like located between the heart and the throat chakra. And it's like that divine unconditional love, like a different type of love. We have Citrine that works on the healing and clearing and strengthening like the first 3 bases, so your root, your sacral, and your solar plexus chakra. Chakra, however people say that. I say chakra. We have a quartz here, and that's for clearing energy. We have a Labradorite, and Labradorite, this stone is beautiful. I also have this at High Vibe, so shout out to them. Labradorite is such a beautiful stone. Like, I think it's just like meditative. The color changes. And then Shiva Lingham, which is all about like balance. When you have one and you have it in your house, it brings like calmness to your house. It also brings a balance of like divine feminine and divine masculine energies. It like balances the two. So I really appreciate that energy in my household, and I think you're supposed to point it one way. Like the feminine side is supposed to be pointing to the north, and the masculine side is supposed to be pointing to the south. I could be wrong, double check. This is my red goldstone, and the affirmation for my red goldstone is I sparkle like the universe. So I really, yes, I said I sparkle like the universe. I'm sorry, I'm looking close. I love this stone. This is like a big sacral chakra stone. When I think of the sacral chakra, I think of it as like this color in my head when I visualize it. And I feel like this one is really healing for sexual trauma, for child sexual assault. It's really healing for any type of like sexual trauma, or physical trauma, emotional trauma. A lot of that is stored in your sacral chakra in like that orange energy. So it's super important to also do your base work, like, yes, you can focus on the root chakra, but make sure you're focusing your top on those first 3 base like chakras when doing chakra work, because it strengthens all the rest of the 7 chakras, and it's super healing, and I highly recommend this stone. This stone I also got in NOLA. It's specifically used for, like, it's an anxiety stone. I have a lot of anxiety, so I use it. And then I have this Poppy Jasper, and this is a root chakra stone. Poppy Jasper gets your life together. It's a Taurus stone. It's super healing. If you're going through a breakup, Poppy Jasper is it. I gave it to a friend who was going through a breakup, and I recently just got it for myself, and I'm really appreciative of that energy. And then here I have a wand from the Crystal Warrior, and there's a bunch of different stones, but this is a smoky quartz tip, a one-sided tip, and then there's a labradorite, kind of looks like a yoni, and then a quartz sphere. Spheres and crystals, crystals that are shaped as spheres are good for, like, cleansing, clearing, setting intentions. Smoky quartz is really good for, like, emotions, and I feel really drawn to those too. And I feel really drawn to the labradorite, so I chose those and other stones that I felt really drawn to. And the Crystal Warrior created this wand, and I just think it's so beautiful. Get you one. Alright, so I'm gonna get into it. I'm just gonna be asking for, like, general messages. I'm gonna start off with my animal deck. I have this dream deck. Dreams have been very vivid for me recently, and consistently vivid for, like, a minute now. Yesterday and the day before I was getting headaches. I'm a Cancer, and I'm very affected by the moon. I'm very affected by the moon. I'm very moody sometimes, and I know that it's because of things in the world, and, you know, I know this planet, and therefore I know myself. So I'm gonna call upon our highest ancestors, angels, and healing, love, and light. What is our message for this? Like a collective general message for this Gemini new moon. Top of the deck we have snake. At the bottom of the deck we have panther. I knew that card was gonna come out because I already saw it. Crow. The crow card fell out, and crow is about renewal, transformation, magic, and abundance. Like the raven, with which it is often synonymous, the crow wields powerful magic. In Native American myths, the crow restores order to the heavens. A soul belief links the crow to abundance and prosperity. One legend tells of a white crow that warns the buffalo every time hunters approach. This leads to hunger and starvation, and the crow is eventually captured by hunters and thrown into a fire. But it escapes before being completely burned, emerging only blackened by the flames. Black becomes its permanent color. As the crow flees, it promises never to warn the buffalo of approaching hunters again. The crow is thus a kind of phoenix that rises. The crow is thus a kind phoenix that rises from the ashes, symbolizing renewal, transformation, and the promise of abundance. I think that's a beautiful card. And this is the Gemini full moon. It's full of magic. It's full of new energy. This is a great time to manifest. I'm a Scorpio rising, so I'm really good at manifesting, and I think part of like my energetic something is divine manifestation. It's divine compassion and divine manifestation. So being able to really clear out the blocks that we have, and that looks like different things. Like, there are so many ways that we are blocked by ego and things that are not in alignment with our highest path and purpose, with the best way we can be using our time. So when we clear out these blocks, we allow for a greater flow and a clear flow of like what we want to manifest. So being able to do that inner work is part of the manifestation process. And we're back with synchronicity. Your task is to use synchronicity and choice to bring consciousness to your life. Proceed each significant choice of the day with the words, "What is my purpose here?" Put aside thought and act. Look at your failures as a desire to be more complete. Step outside of yourself and experience each moment fully. Ask yourself what the situation wants, not what you want. Why? Listen if you do not want to act on the truth. Cycles occur when form dominates energy. The nature of life depends on completing cycles of energy expression created by form. There are those of us who prefer to stay at one point in a life cycle and not move on with the flow of things. When we try to prevent a cycle completing itself, then we create the movement anyway, but in a more extreme form. The conscious person accepts the cycles of life and uses them to complete the tasks appropriate to the time. Expect victory and defeat, ups and downs in equal measure. Your task is to make conscious a cycle in your life, discovering its effects. And then ego, choosing. Choice is when we put energy in one direction and not another. We say yes to one thing and no to all that would oppose it. What we choose is what we become. We shall be known far more by our choices than by what we say. Am I using my choice-making power just for myself or for a greater purpose? Am I using choice-making to break my compulsions, to free life energy? What is one choice I make in each everyday choice? I can choose wholeness. Only the choosing are chosen. Your task is to commit fully to dealing with the consequences of your choices. Bridge, crossing over, division. Choose, 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 and never look back. Stop sign. Whenever you are stopped, let go and choose to move on. Yawn, regression, release. Either choose to regress or choose not to regress. Regression is when you will only go forward in life by going past your limits. Choose where and where not to put your energy. Create mutual support systems to fulfill your needs. Change your life by making committed choices which you will follow through. Go where choice matters. Make choices which bridge inner and outer. So, as we're going through our journey and completing the cycles of our own lives, we start seeing these synchronicities, these things that pop up that all of a sudden start making sense. And then you know, like, okay, maybe I'm meant to be here. You start, things start making sense. Things start getting put together, even when they don't make sense at all. And it is trusting in that, knowing that things are making sense, and that knowing that you're getting some type of affirmation um, from the universe, from your ancestors, from your angels, from those that protect you, your guardians in some way. And committing to the things that you're hearing, the things that you are getting visualizations, or you're thinking about, or you find yourself thinking about a lot, or things are coming up. Think about things that show up in your dreams, and the things that show up in your dreams and in real life. The way that your dreams relate to real life is like a really important form of like synchronicity. So yeah, this is an interesting reading. We're getting dragged, but not but and I'm hyperbotic. So I think right now is a time to focus on what magic that you bring. It's really a rebirth of who you are. Who are you? Who are you? Is a good question. And what do you want? And what do you want in your life? And what do you like? What don't you like? If you don't, I don't know. I don't know anything, first of all. I'm just kidding. I don't know jack shit. But I know what things I don't like. I know who I think I am. I know who I want to be, low-key. I know what lifestyle I want to live. Even if it's like, I want to eat in this way, and I want to have the financial ability to always eat in this way. And manifesting those things is super important for this time. I'm going to pull a card from the Goddess Oracle deck. I'm going to ask about what we need to release or surrender to in this moment. The High Priestess, Isis, you are divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. Top of the deck we have Ixchel. At the bottom of the deck we have the Green Tower. Start delegating. We all have an inner knowingness that we can tap into. An inner knowingness of how we can heal, how we can be better people. We have a inner knowing what is right and wrong. And that's how we push ourselves further, by listening to what we know to be true, by being present, in what we know to be true by knowing that we are powerful. I think this is a really great time for divine feminine energy. Um, and I'm really going to light a candle in honor of divine feminine energy for this um, this new moon, this Gemini new moon. I feel like I was really called to doing that today, and I'm just getting that affirmation. Um, you are the authority. You know exactly what it is that you need to do in your life. You have authority in this world. You have authority in your community. You have authority in your household. You have authority in your emotions. You have authority over your physical life. You have authority, and I think it's time to own the authority and to claim it and to um, reap the benefits of being the authority and knowing what you know and the experiences that you have cultivated and the experiences that you're going to continue to cultivate um, are working exactly in alignment in the way that it should be working. So we're really moving in a time of divine timing. We are exactly where we need to be. We know as a collective where we should be moving towards in terms of loving energy, in terms of what is right and what is wrong. And